woman.
Yeah, I
So
tell
she's
you
like, I don't know.
that Inuyasha, any kind of anime, that shit's so fucking confusing. I can't. I
Well,
can't.
Because that's the thing. Like, apparently, like those two girls that are on like the front are like his twin daughters, and basically one ended up in the future like world and was raised
Yasha's
by
brother.
yeah her brother, and then somehow went back, and now we're just like, okay, that's fine and all, but who fathered and not who fathered, but who mothered these two girls?
Because so Shomaru, like, he basically adopts this girl. She's human, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like 8 or 9 when he does it.
You know what?
Yep.
Fuck this shit. I like how I had this on for a bit. You still want to continue that goddamn thing? No, fuck Inuyasha. You know,
Yeah.
stay here and just listen to it before we start.
Yes, I did.
No.
You at least told me because I just like hit the hell out of my
I
bong
know.
before
And
the
I
call.
told you. I was like about to start. Hey, so Jay, what about Inuyasha? We should talk about.
Yeah, we were prepping the show,
So,
fool.
you know what happened is, they had sex.
And I don't even know if you're starting the show because you're not showing your screen, fool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Asshole.
it is my fault.
Asshole.
I'm not an asshole, but it's all good. Happy Mother's Day to everybody in the chat too. By the way, all you guys are mothers apparently. It's all good. Marissa was saying, what was the watch after Cats? I don't know. I left. Fuck that shit.
Didn't they watch like Final Fantasy or some shit?
That's what it was. Yeah, it was Final Fantasy, and it was terrible. I cannot stand Final Fantasy. But anyways, guys, how you doing? It's the Double Toast pre-show. Corey's gonna be starting in about 3 minutes, but let's just be honest, it's not gonna be 3 minutes. It's probably gonna be about 13 minutes. Who knows? Who will see? Austin Nick's like, turn up the music. Jesus, why you guys are such assholes already? Oh, fuck all of you. God damn it, you sons of bitches. Anyways, Ganja, how you doing today?
Yeah, you just completely fucking up, bro. You pissing off everybody.
Just turn off the music. I'm sorry. It's just a whole fucking thing.
I never heard like yo, you gotta keep that intro playing throughout the show, bro. What the fuck?
No, it only lasts for 45 seconds. But here's the thing, though.
Nah, but that's not long. That's just 45 seconds right here.
Everyone's just fucking mad. Everyone's like, hey, Mother's Day is hard for me, man. I couldn't even go to the cemetery. Oh, it's some serious shit. I'm sorry, Austin. Fucking sucks. I know that lots of people probably had to deal with that, especially, like, I gotta deal with that on Father's Day and whatnot, but the best thing to do is just kind of, like, think about the good memories as well as the fact is get lost in something, man. Play some fucking, Grand Theft Auto or something. Take it out on some people that are not real.
Go get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, DoorDash. Oh, I had a thing with DoorDash today, too, Gene. Fucking, yeah, they pissed me off, too, motherfuckers.
What they do?
Didn't bring me my fucking order. It wasn't even mine. It was my
All
mom's.
right. Did you ever have a situation where like you order something and you're like, you're waiting a couple minutes, you give them enough time, like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not really hungry right now, but I'm hoping by the time I get there I'm ready to munch. So I order the food like ahead of time. And they like pick the food up early, but they now travel across the map.
Yeah.
And they come back to you. Like, motherfucker, I know you are taking another order on a different app and going to drop off their food before you drop off mine.
Yeah, you treat it like it's a Live Connect or something.
You're on GPS. Your little icon moves, bro. Like, you're not slick.
No, dude, I hate when I take the long way. Like, it's almost like, when you're in a video game, too, like, kind of like a Skyrim or like a Red Dead Redemption or something, and, like, the path is very clear, but they just want to stick to the roads that the fucking thing tells you. It's like, dude, you have been driving well enough to know that, like, you can get here within 2 minutes, but you want to go in and take the fucking, like, the taxi cab route. And what I mean by taxi cab route, I mean, like, they like to take a long time to get paid more. And I don't know if that's how people get paid when they work for these fucking particular apps, but it's annoying, okay? Don't like it.
Honestly, Uber and Lyft, they don't make money off of it because they actually get money off the distance. But taxis, oh, hell yeah. They'll make that meter run like a motherfucker if they could.
Really quick, and I like how I wrote review like my fucking dummy. Because Mauricio's talking about what is Double Toast talking about today, and Double Toast is talking about this movie. I was gonna say show, but this movie, John Henry. I didn't know this is a thing, by the way.
Are you talking about like the fucking like myth from like the West?
I don't know what the fuck this
Oh,
is.
you don't know about old Henry, man? They didn't teach you in school with the guy that could chomp down a bunch of trees stronger than a machine.
No, this is John Henry. Apparently, this guy, Ludacris, is a bad guy. He's a villain, terrorizing the community. Doing the prostitution thing.
No, this is him. Yo, this is it.
It is?
Yeah, it's a modern retelling. Now that you show me the photo, instead of he's walking around with a big axe, he's got a giant hammer. So yeah, it's based off of an American fable called Old John Henry, and it has the same kind of background story. Basically, an old capitalist dude is coming in trying to get rid of all the old school workers, and John Henry makes a deal with the capitalist dude, saying, "Hey, I can cut down many more trees as your machines can, and if I do, you keep my boys on staff, you pay us good." So he says, "Fuck it, I got you, dude. My machine's gonna beat your ass." And John Henry proceeds to knock the fucking trees down all by one and beat the capitalist dude. It's one of the first like socialist like folklore histories in America. And the fact that they're doing this to me is kind of fucking hilarious because I don't know what the modern equivalent of that's gonna be.
Yeah. By the way, too,
Is he gonna build a house better than the 3D printer?
well, I watched most of this because the thing is, all the clips that Corey has, I had to kind of like go through and record them and edit them, and it's like I almost watch most of these movies when I have to like get all the stuff for it. So
That's my modern Johnny Appleseed.
Reluctantly, I did actually kind of watch this, and the thing is about this. Oh yeah, Aaron, I just read that right before we started. That's kind of took me a bit because I wanted to read the story. We'll talk about that in a bit. But Terry Crews over here. Now I understand like there's some history behind it, like everything you just said, Gandhi, and everything that Jet kind of agreed with in the sense of like, oh yeah, this is based on some old stuff. I can guarantee you, it didn't come out the way this movie comes out. It's fucking like Walking Tall, basically, where these guys are chilling. They have a scene. It's like an 8-minute scene of people like just playing poker or dominoes or something, drinking, talking shit to these prostitutes that they're obviously fucking. And then, John Henry or actually not even John Henry, just some cops come in, shoot everybody. John Henry gets his dog ran over. He's killing a bunch of people. It's like, it's so just random. It's like moments of action just keep happening without a whole lot of narrative. It's fucking insane. The only thing I can really compare this to is kind of like a John Wick and Four Brothers. Have you ever seen Four Brothers?
Four Brothers. All right, is that the one with Marky Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have seen it. That's the one in Detroit where the mom gets shot and there's being a whole like gang conspiracy and shit.
Yeah, and the community is so small, and everyone knows, everyone's kind of like a family a little bit, that when these guys walk around trying to terrorize, or not terrorize, but kind of like get some revenge and avenge their mom, everyone kind of knows everybody. It's like, oh, come on, Mark, why you got to do that? And obviously his name's not Mark in the movie, but yeah. Lots of stuff happens in this movie.
Come on, Marky Mark, man, we're trying to live. Oh, the brother's a little punk, too, in that fucking movie.
The guy from Outcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Outcast, the little white brother.
I don't think he's a punk. I think he's he's socially awkward. But the guy from Outcast,
He's
kind of
socially awkward, but like, clearly your brothers are like badasses that like know guns and can like fight like on the level of like street soldiers and shit. How did you come out so soft emo band?
I want to bring up one thing though. There's a part in this movie because I don't really care too much about like crying scenes in movies, but Mark Wahlberg has the worst crying faces in this fucking movie, including there's a part he looks in a mirror. He just cries looking directly into the mirror, and I'm like, okay, like I understand that this is probably a good shot or something. Maybe it's good for a trailer. But in real life, if you're the kind of guy who just likes to watch yourself cry, you look fucking silly, and you look kind of pathetic. I don't like when people do that, and Mark Wahlberg is very much not good at crying.
He's crying right now for one reason and one reason only. His agent just called and said, you're going to be in the most forgettable Transformers movies.
You're wrong. You are so fucking wrong. But it's okay. You are Ganja Guru. We're not critics, but good God, you're wrong. But
no, I'm not. Who here can tell me the plot besides Diaz of any of those Transformers movies with Marky Mark?
What? Like one of them? Or no, it's two of them. It was The Last Night and the fourth.
Yeah, they did two. Is he the one with the one they go back in time and fight Nazis?
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that might be okay. I'll correct myself. If you remember the Nazi fighting, then I get you.
Jesus Christ, I don't know, man. Look, listen, like those movies are fucking ridiculous. Every single one of those movies have a weird, like, little, like, bumper in the beginning of the movie that kind of like shows some old school, like, medieval times shit with the Transformers movies. I don't understand how people think that we want to see that particular side of Cybertron or Transformers. Right. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Marissa said, Nick, don't tell me you actually like those movies. I do. I like part 1. I like 3. I like 4.
One is fun.
That's it. Yeah.
Second one I like to laugh at, but one I actually can sit down and enjoy. It's fun.
Yeah, it was fucking stupid. I mean, they're bad movies, but it's like, it's fine. Fuck you.
Are you really gonna hold like an Oscar like critic standard to the Transformer movies?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna hold a standard to most like action movies, whatever, because most of them are fucking stupid. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I know that I'm kind of like people probably look at me like I'm fucking stupid with the kind of stuff that I'm into. I'm one of those non-moviegoers like, oh, this thing's cool. But yeah, maybe one day I'll get better at fucking movies, I guess. I don't know.
One day I'll have reputation. One day.
But we're gonna get into some things real quick here because Corey will be starting fairly soon, and I kind of want to discuss this kind of shit. And one of the big things they're going to be discussing is our boy, good old Kevin James, inside this movie called Becky. And here's the thing, man. Everything about this trailer is really interesting to me, including the dynamic of, like... Because here's the thing. There's, like, this dynamic of this weird, fantastical point A, point B scenario where basically Kevin James is looking for a fucking key. That kind of kills everything I'm about to say about it. But, like, the idea that Kevin James, this big, huge fucking guy with this big beard and a swastika in the back of his fucking head... I'm gonna tell you, dude, it's kind of creepy. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with Kevin James. I'd be scared as shit to mess with him. By the way, hello.
I'm actually kind of interested in, like, the whole aspect of the little girl fighting the dude. I'm worried it's gonna just turn into the most basic movies when they do that, where it's like, hey, here's a little girl who's gonna learn every fighting technique known to man and beat these adults because fuck it, her family's in trouble.
Yeah.
But honestly, it looks like a fun movie. I can't really complain too much because what are you expecting in a trailer like this? It's clearly for, like, the Blumhouse to, like, small indie genre audience. He's really trying to do his acting. Joe McHale's in it trying to play, like, an asshole dad figure. This is just some kind of fun, like, trapped in the house, escape your captors movie kind of thing. And, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't know if it's going to be, like, egregious, like Mall Cops or anything kind of like he's been in with Adam Sandler's, like, less caring type of writing skills take place in it. But I give it a chance. I mean, it's him doing something serious for once. Like, I haven't really seen him anything serious. Me personally, he might have been, but like I said, me personally, I haven't seen him in anything serious.
So, what you guys, just for context of what this is actually about, if I can actually show the fucking trailer, XSplit, you're pissing me off. But anyways, Kevin James plays a Nazi that's out of prison, terrorizing a biracial couple and their apparent daughter. Which I didn't even know that. There's not enough here that makes me think that the girl in the movie is actually a daughter. I think that she was, like, maybe adopted or something.
I got you. So I was able to get this out from the trailer. That's Joe McHale's daughter, and the black woman is her stepmama.
Oh, okay.
And she doesn't like the fact that she has to hang out with the stepmom. So there's going to be a little bit of the race play. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Kevin James is going to use her race against the daughter and try to manipulate the fact that she doesn't like her dad being with someone else beside her mom.
Yeah, because Kevin James brings a couple of minions with him, some other Nazis. And the thing I will say about this is that I like that, they kind of bring out the darker side of what the material is, because, like, that couple, Kevin James sits them down in this trailer and has a gun at the wife, the black wife, or whatever ethnicity she is, and there's a gunshot, and you don't see her in the rest of the trailer. And I'm kind of like, dude, like, granted, I don't like them spoiling something like that so far in this trailer so fast, but man, the balls of that. But really quick though, Jeff, I'm gonna ask you, what do you even feel about Kevin James doing something like this in general? Because I know you don't really like him too much in comedy, but, like, would you take somebody like him seriously in something like this?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he looks the part and everything. I can't really say I'm too excited for this. Probably not going to see it in the first place. Especially since the most violent scene in there was basically Kevin James possibly, like, shooting, like, the one black woman in here.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I already know how, like, Nazis are with us. I don't need to see a movie, like, basically showing, like, us getting harmed again. It's kind of traumatizing.
The biggest thing about this, too, is I don't like that right away we have to, like, there's a thing that I use, and I know, like, people get sick of me bringing up wrestling, but we have to do it again because I'm a huge wrestling fucking nerd. But there's a thing called cheap heat where, like, if I'm a villain, and if I'm a good villain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say something so fucked up and give you a character of me that you're going to hate the fuck out of me because I've earned the hate. But like, then there's other wrestlers.
Raping a corpse, right?
What?
Like raping a corpse on TV?
No. No, because I'm about to explain that right now again in cheap heat. Because, like, in good heat, like I said, repeat a little bit just to kind of keep us on thing. Like, you got to earn that shit by being a certain character that's really good. But then when you get into cheap heat, it's like if you spin somebody's face, that didn't take any kind of effort. Raping a dead body, like you said, Ganja, didn't earn anything. It's like, of course you're gonna hate me because I fucking raped something. It's ridiculous. And I think that here, it's like, what's the easiest way that we can forget that Kevin James is a lovable, big, goofy guy? Oh, I know. Let's put a fucking swastika on his head. He's a Nazi. I guarantee you that this movie's not going to do any kind of storytelling and any kind of, like, story arcs that's going to make me really feel like Kevin James earned my hatred other than, oh, he's a Nazi. Oh, and he killed a black girl. Racism. Oh, of course. It's like, that is very, I guess, lazy. Do you think
like,
that... Go ahead.
When it comes to these movies, too, like, the thing with Nazis is, like, you can have, like, the Nazi be, like, the absolute worst dude in here. They're gonna somehow flip it and just basically just make him their icon or some shit in this movie.
Yeah, you think so? Because, I don't know, like, one thing I want to say, too, is, like, this whole key thing, and really quick, too, I want to ask you, Ganja, about this key thing. Like, what do you feel is going to be whatever that scenario is? Because that's fantastical as fuck for something as grounded as racism. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I think it's gonna be something like mystical, or like they're gonna ancient Nazi secrets or something. Like they're gonna open a box that unlocks the portal of some like Aryan super magic or superpower box. That's honestly what these movies like to do. They like to build up a realistic scenario, and then as soon as they get you so much based in the realism, they like to slice swipe you with some fucking fantastical shit. It's no different than when you watch The Cabin in the Woods. But with The Cabin in the Woods, it was entertaining because you were starting, like, as an audience, you notice all the horror movie tropes. I've seen clips of it, but that's what I like from the clips that I've seen from Cabin in the Woods. This, I feel, is going to take the more Blumhouse approach where you didn't see that existential crisis at the end coming, did you, motherfucker?
Yeah. One thing I want to bring up too is that I don't.
We're all Nazis.
The movie's called Becky, and that's where we got to bring up this last bit here, where I'm like, yeah, I don't like where they're going with Becky. Essentially, what's happening here is that Becky is, being chased by these bad guys, these Nazis, and I guess what her thing is that she can create a very violent version of the Home Alone movie segments where, I mean, look at this shit. Like, it's like Three Stooges. Like, she's putting these traps up, the Nazis are going after her, they're falling down, and look at their big, goofy looking, like, oh, whoopsie doopsie, It's fucking stupid. Do you think that that's going to hurt the movie a little bit, too? Just like this weird, like, Three Stooges as shit?
I don't see why. It's just fun things that people like, especially when you're doing these kind of, like, violent, like, chase films or, like, trap films. You really want to try to keep some kind of, like, sense of either laughter or some kind of, like, dark comedy. If not, you run the risk of this becoming very, very dark, and I think that's not the tone they're 100% going with. They just want the dread and the excitement of being chased by these guys, not so much the horror of, like, the Nazis killing people effectively.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's it, man. I mean, that's Becky for y'all. I don't know when this movie's actually coming out. They didn't really give a whole lot of explanation as to when it's coming out or where it's going to be on. But I will say, like, hey, man, I'm down to watch it, see what's going to happen with Kevin James. But it's Kevin James, and it's horror. I think that we just kind of want to see something happen with him in general, and that's pretty much about it. So, Becky. Now, the big thing I want to discuss really quick, too, and let me see if our good crew Double Toast is on. They are actually not, and just so you guys can tell, they are not on. I'm right here. And, yep, they'll be on soon. They only have a couple of things to actually prep for, so I'm pretty sure they'll be starting, like, literally within the next 3 minutes. So we'll get through this stuff pretty quickly. Have you heard about this movie called BETAAL? Or not a movie, it's a series for Netflix. The India horror movie BETAAL, Ganja?
No, actually, I haven't. Before you showed me the trailer, I was never actually in contact with this film. It seems like one of those kind of Netflix imports, like Train to Busan, like one of those rare like international films that get across people's radar.
Yeah, pretty much it is. The thing I like about this, first of all, it's like, I mean, I like zombie movies. I know everyone's sick to death of fucking zombies, but every now and then you get like a refreshing dose of Z horror that reinvigorates everybody else's shit too. Like Walking Dead will actually see something like The Kingdom. I think it was called The Kingdom. That was on Netflix before, and they started like amping up all their zombie shit, whatever. But at the same time, even if something is very, very different, I can't imagine people kind of getting like re-won into the fucking genre. Jed, I'm gonna ask you, like, when it comes to something like Train to Busan and all these other weird foreign zombie movies, have you ever been like interested in those as opposed to the Walking Dead shit and the Resident Evil stuff?
Well, yeah, but you never want to watch them with me.
I'd be down to watch them. Hell yeah, I'd be down.
Okay, I keep saying like, yeah, I want to watch Train to Busan, and then you're just like, oh, well, I do want The Walking Dead. One's better than the other.
Well,
that's fact, though.
Train to Busan's cool, but by the way, has that second one came out yet?
No.
Okay, yeah, like Train to Busan, Peninsula or something. I forgot the fuck it was, but
Train to Busan.
What? Yeah, no, I swear to God, Peninsula.
Oh, I thought you said Venezuela. I was like, what?
No, dude.
They just jump countries like a motherfucker in the series.
No, what the fuck? It's like like.
No, you're right, Venezuela. God damn it, now I'm just saying Venezuela. Fuck you.
You're fucking stupid. Yeah, there it is right there, guys. Okay, you see on fucking screen. You tell me what the fuck it is, but I think I did it right. But Train to Busan 2 is coming out. Yeah, at some point. But this first movie, I did see before, and I wouldn't mind watching this with you again, Jet. But at the same time, it's like, I think the CGI in these kind of movies are kind of bad. I know that people don't want to talk shit about Korean horror. It's supposed to be like nice and like exotic. Oh, this is so cool. That's different. It's our American shit. But a couple of times, I think that it kind of throws me off, especially because like
when it comes to CGI in a lot of foreign movies, they do tend to be really bad, but so they usually got to make up with it with the actual story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, Jet, like, dude, I would love to watch this with you. I'm sorry for calling you dude, but
You
yeah.
say that now. Remember when I basically was saying like, yeah, let's watch Bad Girls Club, and you're just like, yeah, no, I got work to do.
Well, Bad Girls Club.
That's ratchet shit.
Yeah, Bad Girls Club is a whole different type of fucking quality. Bad Girls Club is some bullshit. That's something you put on the fucking
No,
background.
it's quality TV.
No, but yeah, so I'm looking at something like this, and this is out of India, and I don't remember a whole lot of horror movies or horror projects being on Netflix from India. I could be wrong if I'm being stupid.
The only thing I really enjoyed that came out of India was like a communist film from the state of Kerala. It was called Comrade in America, and it basically like tells like the story of like what the situation is in Kerala, the different class issues and the different social economics that take place there. And then he comes to America, and it kind of touches on the whole different aspects of immigration, the Mexican experience of coming to the country, as well as it talks on the harshness of actually trying to cross the border.
And really
but
quick,
besides that, I really have not come into any contact of any foreign films in a long time, really.
just to let you guys know, by the way, we're going to be ending off Twitch. If you guys want to continue hanging out with us in our conversation, go ahead and follow us over there on YouTube and on Facebook. The chat tag, find us there. But I'm going to stop this thing right now. Go watch it Double Toasted. Thank you for chilling with us, and we'll see y'all when we'll see y'all. Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Now that the whole thing's over, yeah, dude. It's funny that you did hear about these kind of things before, because yeah, I was kind of shocked to know that this is getting so much money. I mean, they're having an entire series, and
would Slumlord Millionaire count as a foreign film?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm looking at this. I mean, this looks like a lot of production was put into this, and granted, maybe they can just find a way to finesse their equipment they're using or whatever. But I mean, this looks very, very good. And if you guys are curious about what the story's about here, yeah, what I know is that the trailers basically they pinpoint a villain pretty much right away. Apparently, and I don't know if she's a witch or something, but there's a character that's able to control these zombies. And they don't consider the zombies like an infectious kind of thing, whatever. Basically, what the zombie virus is here is a curse. And she curses this entire area, this village or whatever the case may be. And she pretty much sticks them on our main characters. And I think that's a really cool thing, because every time there's an infection thing or a pandemic thing, they always don't want to tell you exactly what happens, so you're always kind of like confused. And then if they do explain it to you, and none of the shit ever makes sense. It's just fucking stupid. It sounds so fantastical. So if you say something like, "Hey, by the way, this is a curse," or "This is some religious thing," or some kind of, you know, I don't know, like supernatural thing, I think it makes more sense. Are you more accepting of that at all, Jet, when it's about like a curse or a religious thing versus infection?
I mean, yeah, I don't mind it.
How about you, Ganja? What do you prefer in the zombie explanations?
Zombie explanations I don't really care for unless they actually got a good idea where they're going with it. Because I like the mystery more. Because, like, for example, if the zombie outbreak happens today, right now outside our windows, most of us ain't gonna know why the fuck it happened. Mm-hmm. Especially if there's no TV news station or many radio station at the time that's telling people. So the assumption that everybody suddenly knows what caused the virus out of nowhere, I always hated that. That was one of the things I found kind of stupid in Zombieland, when they say it was like a bad burger or some shit. Because it's just a cheap way to get like to the apocalypse scenario.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it's more fun to explore the collapse of society to that point than just jumping straight into Mad Max, because everyone does Mad Max right away.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, man, and I, you know, not to kiss this thing's ass the whole way. It is corny, and the makeup effects look silly as shit on these zombies. But I think that the tone is protected, or if the tone is protected, and they stretch the story and stretch like the because I mean these people are actually stuck inside of a church or something, and if they can make the entire season be like that and protect like the horror aspect of this and the atmosphere, this could be really, really cool. Because one thing I don't like is because like here's the thing, these zombies have red eyes sometimes. The one I showed was kind of like silly, whatever. But like there's some other scenes in this trailer, I'm gonna try to show it, where they look like Call of Duty zombies. They have these red Nazi zombies eyes, and it looks so silly. And if this happened like during the day in the movie, it would look fucking fake, and you would laugh at it. It'd be stupid and silly. But at nighttime, you can barely see shit, so it's creepy as hell. And that particular type of atmosphere, you gotta keep the entire time. And I don't know if they can do that for an entire season. Right. But do you think these zombies look silly at all, man? Like, what do you think about the makeup effects?
I think they kind of look cool, but I do. It's one of those things like I can tell it's a foreign film, because one of the things they're going for is like the stereotypical, like, what do the zombies look like, rather than like, oh, we should just build up a story and just go with it. It's very like the aesthetics of like the British Empire and the different kind of people that have come to India. And I don't know, it looks like it'd be a fun movie. I'm not going to bash it hard because it's a horror film, but I honestly, we're gonna check it out.
Yeah, no, it comes out soon. I think it was May 24th that's gonna be coming out, so we'll be reviewing that and whatnot too. But yeah, I like me some zombies. I like actually watching these kind of things because I like to kind of, I want to see what other people can do because I know that like Walking Dead or Resident Evil, they'll take a couple of those things and they'll kind of apply it to their shit. So we'll see what happens and we'll see if that happens. And if it does, I'll be fucking happy as shit to see that occur. But before we get the fuck out of here, and this is something I'm pretty much barely gonna talk about. This is all you Ganja Guru. Everyone's freaking out about fucking Boba Fett being on was it Mandalorian season 2? He's gonna be on there. Wait, did I say it wrong?
So
Shut up, Jen. I'm here. But
you go ahead and hold in those turds.
Shut up. But one of the things that comes with Mandalorian, I haven't seen the series yet. I have to check it out before I can actually give it my true opinion. It's maybe gonna be one of the things that I put on the list that I watched with the good old and beautiful Miss Roxy. But honestly, I'm not interested anyway. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so Ganja has to take a shit. I'm not. Honestly, should I just show? Let me see if I have anything like personal on this thing.
It was funny because like literally while you were talking, he said like, "Yeah, going to the bathroom."
Going to the bathroom. Never mind.
No, he's well into the bathroom right now.
Here's the thing, guys. All I'm gonna say about Boba Fett, I guess. I don't even know anymore. Boba Fett. Here's the thing. I don't think that this character
Boba shits.
Boba shits. Boba farts. Here's the thing, Jet. Just looking at Boba Fett. I know you're not into Star Wars or anything, but he looks fucking stupid. Am I wrong or right? Does he not look dumb?
I mean, he looks like the Mandalorian, only just more green.
But see, back in the day, that was still silly as fuck. Way back in the day when this happened. And, like, the fact that when he dies, he's like, whoa, he makes a stupid sound.
I mean, if you're talking about him coming back to, like, the Mandalorian Season 2, I'm pretty sure they're going to update his outfit to where it doesn't look, like, too silly. But, like, I mean, like, because this isn't the future.
My whole thing is, like, I just think that I'm irritated that, you know, they're going to have this person play Boba Fett in Mandalorian Season 2, probably for just one episode, whatever. But the thing is, though, is, like, you know, he's been talked about and loved for all these decades, and he's never been that interesting, and not even subjectively. Objectively, he is not in the movie for a very long time. And the shit that he's in, he's literally like a slapstick character. It's like
that actually might be a good thing, because like now, like with him being in it, they can flesh out his character a little bit more.
Yeah, flesh him out. Just
we don't know how long he's in there. We don't know like how long he's in there, but it's just like it's enough time to basically like give him a little bit more personality.
Yeah, possibly. So I don't know what to really think about this. All I will say is like, yeah, I trust the people who are making Mandalorian Season 2. I think I just hit the wrong thing. Yeah, I hit the fucking video game thing. XSplit, you are a piece of fucking garbage. You and Streamlabs can go fuck each other, make a retarded baby. But the thing is, though, I'm like super fucking mad. Boba Fett. All I will say though, we'll see what happens when this comes out. I feel like I say that with every goddamn topic, but I know for sure, just to kind of like put my bets down, so if I'm wrong, you guys can make fun of me, but to put my bets down, I guarantee you it's going to be great. But my issue is, after this happens, either give him an actual fucking story, or stop putting him in things where it's like, hey, it's him, oh, let's freak out, because it's like, it's the same thing that happened with Darth Vader. I don't think Darth Vader is a great fucking character. The best Darth Vader thing he's ever done was that little bit of time he was in Rogue One. That was the best thing, but like the guy really does shit, and people just grow up with it and say they're amazing, and they're not amazing. They don't.
I mean, he cut off his son's hand.
Even that was stupid. Like, oh, I'm your father. Like, no, it's not true. Like, he completely ruined the scene with this fucking crybaby ass little. No, it's like, oh fuck you, crybaby. Like, I don't like that shit. But
I mean, I think I'd be crying too if I just got my arm cut off and got told that like one of the most dangerous and hated people in the galaxy was my daddy.
No, I'll just kind of be like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. Like, you got some powers you want to share me, bro? Like, I want some fucking, you know, choke people in the air-ism shit. Like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. But here's the thing, though, guys. Speaking of doing this, I actually had to go, not take a shit, but I gotta do some Dropbox stuff. Wow, that sounds like taking a shit, by the way. I gotta do some Dropbox stuff, aka take a dump. But no, I actually had to go and do a video for Corey to put on YouTube to advertise. Everybody is on the Sunday service. So, with that said, guys, we really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us for as long as you have, and we will talk to you, and it's time to talk to you again. Jed, do you want to say anything else as we close out? That is fucking perfect. Anyways, thank y'all. Goodbye. The music is loud. It's okay. This is all for you, Austin. Like, you listen to this fucking song. You listen to this fucking song. Anyway, thank y'all. And pray for ganja, because that must be some real violent movement.
He needs some milk.
He does. No, he needs fucking some fruits and vegetables. Really do. Like, what the hell?